All of our expenses tally up to $357. That is a $40,000 a year loss. That doesn't include debt service, which would put you at a negative $82,000 net income.
There goes the dream.
What you're doing is basically telling us like, yeah, your dream is not possible. Sorry. What you have imagined and like been looking forward to and like what we're doing all this work to like grow to is actually just, you're going to make negative money. You're going to be losing money.
This documentary is fucked too.
Yeah.
He just goes, he just was waiting and he goes, I trust you 0. And I was like, Kevin's here. Like,
And I was like, y'all are going to set up a shot to scare me.
I wish.
I did a thing in 5th grade where it was like timeline of like things that you want to do. And I remember I wrote down, I wanted to have a handlebar mustache and play in the NBA. And it is, and that's just so crazy that like at 5th grade, I was like, this is what I want. And then I got old enough to have a mustache. I don't want that look anymore, but I have wanted a mustache for a very long time.
You still want to be in the NBA?
Not anymore. I gave up on that.
Oh.
Which is sad. I didn't get tall enough, but I could touch rim. I have small hands. I couldn't palm a ball. I thought if I could dunk, then I'd
Sorry,
maybe have
touch
some more
rim.
ego.
I just got.
I was going to let you take that one.
I didn't hear a single thing after that.
Well, then he said small hands. It just
None of it's
doubled
good.
down on it.
I know. I didn't like saying any of it. Cut it.
Ryan. 3rd place. Have you considered that maybe 1st place is best?
The amount of people who said that to us when we first opened is
A lot.
a lot. Both are significant others. Did Chandler say something about it? Jordan was like, I get, like, why not first? Like, why are you putting yourself in 3rd?
Yeah.
She's like, don't you know 3rd is the worst?
The term 3rd place is actually a sociology term. 1st place is your home. 2nd place is work. 3rd places are coffee shops, bars, bookstores, libraries, parks. We want to just build community. We want to honor every single person that sits in our chair and honor every person that works for us. And I don't remember who said it, but one of us said, I just want the salon to be a 3rd place for people. And so many people have already been telling us, like, yeah, y'all are creating that.
As someone who cares a lot about people and making people feel good, it's like, that means a lot to me. That does make me emotional. I've been saying to clients a lot lately, it's like, thanks for trusting me. You're trusting me to like make you look good. That is an honor.
So what's the dream?
I mean, the dream for me is like open a space that we want to be in, a space that like feels different, the space that we feel like is lacking, that we can't find.
We can make the space and the experience really, really cool. We don't know the business side.
There's a chasm that exists between 3rd place in its current format and the dream that you're talking about. And what that's going to require is capital. So the real question is, who wants to invest in a hair salon?
Nobody would. We don't know what we're doing. We haven't proved that we are worthy of being invested in right now.
How many assets do you have?
There's not really a lot.
So all you have to pitch investors right now is a dream. So we're going to have to prove to investors that this is a worthwhile investment opportunity. The progress that we hope to make here is all going to be oriented toward taking you guys from hairstylists to badass business owners. And we're going to do a lot of work in a very short amount of time.
Hell yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Okay. Couple of questions for you. Number one, preservation of capital. Number two, return on investment. Number three, velocity. So what's my ROI? How much money am I going to make on my money? And how quickly do I get it back?
You would think that one? I don't know what. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that question.
How do you not lose my money?
Yeah, it was like whenever he would ask a question, most of the times I felt like I don't even know where to think about how to answer this.
I mean, it felt like I got dropped in the middle of like a college class. And it was just, I was expected to know these things. And I was like, I mean, I haven't been here all year.
Yeah, we're expected to give a presentation that we haven't even been in class for.
Yeah. If we want to talk to an investor, it's like, there's a lot of work to be done.
Well, even
Figure
more than
out.
that, it's like, I want to know this stuff
Yeah.
just so that I understand how our business works.
Yeah.
Because it felt like we kind of came in as these like two kids who are like just so naive to what's actually happening.
Yeah. And then on top of that, he's intimidating and scary. And I was like, I don't know how to answer this. And you're just staring at me. So I don't know.
We've already got a functioning salon. So what we're trying to do is figure out how to make it work, how to make it scale.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, we've got to start with the numbers part of it and move forward from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That meeting was stressful.
Yeah, it was really sweaty.
And I mean, I remember like I looked at you a lot because I was like, I don't know what this means. I don't know.
Yeah, we went for it.
You also asked me if you could wear the Burger King tie beforehand. And I was like, I don't know you well enough at this point to know whether you're fucking with me or...
I wasn't. Yeah. I want to wear it with a button up and shorts. Be so sick. I don't know.
You know what's crazy? You asked me a couple weeks ago, have you noticed that I like kind of stick my tongue out? I might be going my tongue out when I'm writing shit down.
Anything I've ever done where it's like requires any focus, people are like, oh, you always put your tongue out. Like, so did Michael Jordan. So
Or just fall time.
Kelly always says, like, when I play music, I have a face.
Yeah.
music face.
A focus face.
I have like a bass playing face,
Ew.
I guess. Did you say ew?
Nice, clip that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of frame a lot of these things in terms of like how we typically think of them in our personal lives and how it works in a business. For almost every concept, there's a corollary. Corollary? For everything that we do personally, there is a business version. When we think about money coming in, it's usually from earning like a paycheck. When money is coming into a business, that's called revenue. And then when we spend money in our personal life, we have to pay for things that we don't own, like our power bill, phone plan, et cetera. You don't get to take possession of those things. Those are expenses in a business. But when you buy things to own them in a business, that is called a purchase. So other things that we do with our money that aren't necessarily transactional. So we save money in our personal lives. So in a business, that's called net income or also profit. So that's the money left over after all of our expenses. We also own things in our personal lives. So we have possessions in our personal life, and a business has assets. I'm going to have a master cut of Dawson yawning during this.
I've only yawned once. That was just a breath. I'm just breathing. I also need to pee. I'm just waiting for a good point.
bad.
Oh, okay. Operating expenses and cost of goods sold are our primary forms of expenses as a business. Accounting operating expenses are the cost of running the business, which is assets, like what is equals liabilities plus dollar value. This is what makes double entry accounting. So where do we put the limits? Well, we have to decide what means that we're in the first place, and that's kind of the big part. What you'll see is the assets go into liability or limit account. Leave those two bottom rows. What you see is the outputs of that. That equates. So if we bought limits to the inverse of liability, but they'll always move in the same way.
Cup? I mean, the couch and the stool aren't lava.
What are you
it's the
looking for?
carpet that's the lava. Hey, say meow.
Oh no!
Oh no. Yeah, apple fell on the floor.
Oh no!
Followed the leader's fun, but Bluey still misses Mom. She needs another game to distract her. Bingo suggests come here and go away. Is that funny? I tickle your foot.
Come on, help! Here, Maxie wants it in. Can I put it in?
I've been doing hair now for 10 years. I don't ever see myself not cutting hair, but at this rate, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable for my body, and it's not sustainable for the time that I want to spend with my family. I have 3 young kids. I just celebrated 8 years with my wife, and I'm seeing this time as sand running through my fingers, and it's something that I value my family more than anything else. And if there's anything that is going to run out, it's that time with them. If I can create something that gives me more time with my family, then I will devote anything that I can to this.
Say hi. Can you wave? Look, that's you, Maxie.
For my children to see me do something that like I love is like, I think that's paramount.
For an expense account, what does a debit do?
It raises it.
It increases.
It increases.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Raise it.
So what we wanted to see was that our inventory decreased and our costs to sell those products increased, right?
Because originally we owned it as an asset, then we sold it, which now has become a cost of goods.
Exactly.
Dang, dude. See,
So sick.
is it like clicking right now?
Yeah, now that it clicks, it's cool.
It's clicking.
Yeah.
It's just one big puzzle.
I feel like we know how to cut hair, we know how to get clients, we know to pay rent on time, but I'm terrified of getting to like the end of a quarter and be like, oh, we actually are in the red. This is not good. Even though things are working, we're full all day long, we don't actually know what is driving the ship, you know?
And this is the number one thing. The number one reason that people go out of business is they run out of money. And so our goal with like the next session and the session after that is going to be, how do we build a model that tells you exactly what kind of performance metrics you need to hit in order to be able to scale? Today we're going to be doing modeling.
Freaking hot dudes. Hot dudes.
Yeah, everything that we did last week, we'll be working with all of that information. And what you'll see is as we go through this, we're actually building out an income statement. So Ryan, your numbers,
I would say like 8 and 2.
8 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Dawson,
3 men's haircuts,
3 men's haircut,
2 women's,
2 women's haircuts,
and 1 step.
1 step. So yearly, we've got total revenue at 346, cost of goods at 209. That means your gross profit is 137, 363. All of your expenses, your total operating expenses. So your net income would be 84.
Oh.
So remember, you're splitting that 50-50. So this is how we would expect the business to perform today.
He's gonna suspect it though. Damn it! He knew it!
Well, I walked to the back door and I was like, they're not in here.
Fuck.
What are we gonna do?
Scare you? Oh.
Okay, so we have $1 million in revenue, $745,000 in cost of goods. That leaves us with $317 gross profit. All of our expenses tally up to $357. That is a $40,000 a year loss.
Okay.
That doesn't include debt service because you have to buy all of your assets and do build out. So your total debt on that would be about $210, which would mean that you would pay out about $40,000 a year, which would put you at a negative $82,000 net income. I know how heartbreaking it is to look at these numbers.
Well, I mean, what you're doing is basically telling us, like, yeah, your dream is not possible. Sorry, like that.
Yeah.
It what you have imagined and like been looking forward to, and like what we're doing all this work to like grow to, is actually just you're gonna make negative money. You're gonna be losing money, and it's not possible. So that's that feeling. It's just like, that sucks.
The good news is that a 10-chair salon makes a lot more sense.
Thank God.
He was literally clickbaiting the whole time. Do you want a PB&J now, knowing that it looks better?
Okay.
Like, I was watching you get sad and mopey. Like, just show it to me.
I literally was like, if this goes how that last one was, I felt tears coming up, honestly. Okay, we have to go back to being sad.
And we're back from our break where we had PB&Js. You can't even fake it.
I could never be an actor.
In this model, we're bringing in about $8.4K in daily revenue from haircuts, 1.7 in color services. Commissions here, we need to change these because we established it there. Smaller. What are we giggling about?
He's making more money than me.
I said, dang, I'm making more money than you, bitch.
Okay.
That's funny.
Okay, so our yearly rent is about $90K. At this point, might be worth trying to buy a building.
Yeah.
It's better to have assets. Yep.
Especially whenever you got that freaking
Triple net.
Yep.
I was supposed to say in. Triple net is better. Especially when you're already taking care of it. What's funny, Ryan?
Nothing. Do you know what I'm laughing about? Yes, you do. Fuck off. Yeah, you do.
I don't.
So most of the rest of this is basically the same, a little bit more for like accounting and stuff like that. So here are some other things that we have: healthcare and PTO. Net income, $280K a year.
Whoa.
So adding 4 chairs goes from razor's edge, quite realistic and profitable, and gives you options.
And we can pay people's health care and give them 2 weeks paid vacation.
Isn't that fucking cool?
That makes me want to cry. Is actually like, yeah, giving people healthcare and PTO like that is
taking
cool.
care of people.
Yeah.
So you can do it. You just got to find the model that works, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're working on. 6 chair, it's out. But there is a cool option on the table. It's going to take more work from you, though. I mean, you'll be managing more people. The expectations will be higher. But, I mean, look, we can do it anyway. What you need to figure out is start with what feels right. See if it works. There's some versions of what felt right that didn't seem to make sense.
See, this is kind of fun for me, honestly. It's like figuring out how to do it, you know? The build up to this was very obviously stressful and didn't make a lot of sense to me, but like this seems fun to me.
This is stressful for me.
See, I kind of
I'm
love
glad
it.
you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Is that a wrap?
It's a wrap.
Eat a pee-pee.
So do companies just have people who do this? How else would we know how to do this? We wouldn't.
The biggest issue in the hair industry and the biggest issue for salons is stylists leaving. And I think if we can build a space like we know we can and service the staff like we know we can, people won't leave. And I think that is the biggest thing that will set us apart, is that our staff will be happy and taken care of more than any other salon.
So the next step is you're going to be meeting with a financial planner. What I want to work on today is your level of confidence in what you've done so far, that you can speak confidently about it. By the way, I don't have any bread. I'm actually pretty low on peanut butter too, but I do have a Froppy. So
What the hell is that?
Frozen pizza?
Oh.
Froppy.
Okay, so can you explain the concept of this sheet to me?
Yeah, so right now, stylist schedules, which I need to change mine.
What is this
The
sheet?
overall concept is to show the amount of stylists that we have, the amount of time that we're working, and what our averages are for daily, weekly, like what we're bringing in.
Which is called
Revenue.
revenue. I'm going to be a kind of a pain in your ass today.
No, that's what
I
we
hope you appreciate that
do.
it'll force you to think about
This
this a little
shows our
differently.
current revenue for the salon.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
great.
I hope you know we will be very respectful. We're messing around with you.
Yeah. I know
Yeah,
you will.
Okay.
What I'm looking for right now, less about respect.
Yeah,
confidence.
Because I know you don't respect me, but what I'm looking for is confidence, that you can deliver this information clearly
Cool.
and that he will be impressed when he walks away.
So this is what we would need to ensure that we have everything that we need in the account in order to, I don't know honestly how to describe this. I know it. But I don't know how
This ensures that we have continuity of operations. If anything should come up.
Currently, right now, we're not really actively looking for a fourth person. And we're both under the, we both agree that we're going to restart this sentence.
I feel so
I'm
bad
not
for you
working,
right
dude.
now.
Yeah.
Can I get you another coffee or?
I might do another coffee.
Okay.
I'm glad we're doing this.
So go. I was told as a kid it was easier if you act like it was a phone, that you'd be able to open it. Like I could never get it open. They were like, act like it's a phone and then try to open it. And for some reason, it always worked. And so for a pretty long time, that's what I did.
What?
I don't know.
What do you mean open it like a phone?
No. I would try to open it and I couldn't. And they said, act like it's a phone and then try to open it. So I'd hold it up to my ear. And then I would get it. And it always worked.
It was crazy.
Pretty late, isn't it?
Rip them in half all the time for the kids. You've never done that?
I don't think I want to do this anymore. Oh, you didn't cover. Flip it.
For color and haircuts. Previously, where we're at right now, we're at 13%. We wanted to raise that just a touch. Again, we wanted to kind of do a little bit more of a conservative approach. Same thing with haircuts. Currently, we're at 0.3%. We wanted to raise that to 0.75%. Again, we're operating at 50% that we're currently at. We'd eventually like to get that down to 40%, but again, for modeling purposes, we wanted to have it at 50%.
And then here you'll see our initial build out costs, initial inventory costs, what we would need to start up the bigger space. This is all our pricing here is based off just some research that we did on what it costs to do reno and build out.
Overall, we'll just be paying more in utilities, water. This is assuming that we'd build something out from scratch.
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna invest?
Beat the 13%. Google reviews. Dude, Dawson had one that was like one of the best reviews I've ever seen. AI overview, I just googled third place hair salon reviews, and it was like third place hair salon in Fort Worth, Texas received positive reviews highlighting skilled stylists, a welcoming atmosphere, and a focus on customer comfort. With many praising Ryan and the entire team for their talent and hospitality.
Wow.
I googled third place hair salon positive reviews, and it liked this whole AI thing. One reviewer praising Christian for his exceptional care and skill in cutting a 3-year-old son's hair. It's like, no one here named Christian. There's another one that says like, Laney's incredible. It's like, there's no Laney. Weird.
That's AI for you.
Yeah.
Hallucinating.
Hey, I'm Stephen Palmer. I'm a VP of Finance at a national nonprofit, but most of my practice or what I work in is institutional facility financing. So public institutions, you might think of schools, gyms, that sort of thing. We want to kind of demystify what it's like to go into the bank and start to look at lines of credit. So we're going to delve into things like your debt service coverage or days cash on hand and try to get a good idea of where these two gentlemen would like to go. So when I look at your model here, one of the things I noticed is that the two of you are really the core of the business. And I took a few notes, and right now, Ryan, you're basically generating about 50% of the revenue for the business, and Dawson's generating about 30% of the revenue for the business. Now, obviously, as you grow, that becomes a smaller and smaller proportion or share. But I know the days are long. You're on your feet. You're not going to be 30 forever. You're going to be 40, 50, 60. And you start to think about, okay, one, what is the value of my time? Where am I going to maximize the amount of revenue that we can generate? Because you're not just supporting yourself. The work that you're doing is then supporting a lot of other families. And so what I wanted to kind of get an idea of first is, what's your hope? Like, how would you hope that this would go in 5 years, 10 years?
For me, the whole point of building out the bigger salon was that I can't do 15 clients a day, 4 days a week for the next 10 years. At this point, like, I come home some days and like I can't use my right hand because it's just doing this all day. But yeah, I mean, eventually would be take clients when I want to rather than when I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely feels the same. I mean, I think we have just in different stages of life. Ryan has 3 kids. I don't have any kids. And Ryan's also been doing hair for 10 years, and I'm in my first year of actually being behind the chair. I want to do a lot more education. I want to learn a lot. I want to get really fucking good at hair over the next 5 years. So not necessarily being behind the chair every day.
So I would just say the only way to free up that time is to start to really evaluate where you are maximizing your time.
Right.
So when you look at your expenses, at the end of the day, to run your business, it's $295,000, the way it is now. So here's the calculation we're going to be looking at. We're going to take our total expenses. So put 295, 442 divided by 365. So basically, every day of the year, it's $809 to run your business. That's what 1 day's cash is worth.
Whoa.
Let's go a little bit further. First thing that most banks are going to look at, how long could these two dudes survive if they don't do any more work?
Mm-hmm.
If a bank lends you money, they're going to want to know you can survive for a little bit because things do happen in life, right? So let's do this. Click into cell A20 times 30. So basically what we're saying right now is just to have 30 days cash on hand, meaning if I don't do anything else for the next 30 days, it basically is $24,000.
Wow.
Most banks are going to look at you and they're going to go, I'd love to see 60 days cash on hand, which just times that times 2. So now we're at basically $48,000, $50,000. Was that a little shocking to think about it that way?
I mean,
it makes
a lot of sense. Yeah.
That was weird.
I don't like that.
It's almost like I work together.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us have thought about it like that.
Yeah.
So
you don't need to be afraid of this, right? Like, obviously, you are producing a lot of revenue, but right now, like 50% of that is kind of on your back, right? And like 30% of that is on your back. And then the only way to get out of that is to expand. Right now, the goal is open a larger salon. So you're probably going to want to walk into a bank one day and you're going to say, hey, like we built up a cash balance. We have clear financials. The bank is going to look at you just the same way that they would look at you if you were trying to get a mortgage. And they're going to go, what's your income? What are your bills? What do you got left at the end of it? But you have to also think from a bank's perspective, you're not there yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Stephen, in all of your years, what's the biggest predictor of whether somebody is going to succeed or fail?
Oh. The number one reason why most businesses fail is because of cash. These are numbers on a page. I don't know what's really in your bank account. Your income statement may be okay at the end of the year, but bills are due every week. Your folks need to get paid. Your rent will have to be paid. And so I would just not underestimate how much time you need to spend on your cash flow projections.
Do you think they can make it?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, because you're doing this. If you walked in and I was your banker and I looked at this, I was like, okay, these guys have actually spent time and thought this out.
Cool.
If you had not done this, I would have been like, here's your homework.
Yeah.
Come back to me when you've actually done something that looks like, people get ambitious with their dreams, their ideologies. Like, if it doesn't work on paper, it sure as fucking going to work in real life.
Right.
Yeah.
It sounds like you guys have a good head on your shoulders. You have a good idea of what you want to accomplish, and you're doing the homework. And I would say 99% of small business owners don't do their homework first, unfortunately. And that's why they fail.
Yeah.
I love what y'all are doing.
Well, thanks, dude. I mean, we're, again, just this whole opportunity of this whole entire thing with you and with Kevin and other future coaches. I just like every day, I think like I'm just so grateful and honored that we do have the help. As we learn more about other businesses that we know, they didn't have the help and didn't make it. And they had something that was really, really cool. And they were great, amazing people, but they didn't have this. They didn't have the help.
Prior to Kevin, we didn't do our homework. We were like, yeah, we can do this.
Yeah.
We bought everything and we
Yeah,
set up, and then it's like, we each have money in the bank, but is this scalable?
Right. It
We
works
didn't know.
now, but it doesn't work for this.
And I mean, we put stuff in here of like our original dream. We were like, oh, our original dream that we had would not have worked.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay,
Right.
that's cool that we did this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like for most people, that's just not the reality. So
Yeah.
it's really cool. We're definitely really honored to have you here and help us with it. Have Kevin and like Brian said, all the future people to help us with it.
Stephen, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Seriously.
If I'm going to have you do one thing, I don't know that I'll use it, but it's nice to have. If you can deliver to that camera, hi, I'm Stephen Parmer, and you are watching In Good Company.
Hi, I'm Stephen Parmer, and you are watching In Good Company.
Dude, you nailed that.
Disney.
All right.
Spot on.
Spot on.
And really showcase that you have mastery over the various different
Disciplines.
disciplines. Thank you. All right. So how do we prove to them that there is a return that, God damn it. The biggest question that comes to mind for me is, right now you are three children in a trench coat.
Yeah.
That's us. That's us meeting with Steven. That's how it feels.
Exactly it. Oh, man.
All right, children.
1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
So what we're going to have to do is prove to investors that this is something that's worth their time.
God damn it.
It was immediate.
Freaking hot dudes.